Welcome back to the Future of Real Estate. I'm Brett Ellis of the Ellis team at RE/MAX Realty Group. We are, if you want to find us, our phone number is 239-489-4042, and our website is topagent.com. You can watch the show online at topagent.com. All these graphs that we've been telling you about, the Chinese drywall expert, Adrian in the banking side, you can see all of this at our website. And technology's really evolved, and we're transitioning this show, The Future of Real Estate, over to video because it's been requested by our listeners, and they want to see what we're talking about. So this is the last week we're actually going to be on radio, and nothing against radio. It's worked very well for us. We believe in radio. It's just that it's almost like 3D in a movie. You can make radio come alive and turn it from 1D to 3D. So now you get to see us, you get to hear us, and then you get the graphs and whatnot. So we're turning the show into 3D. Just go to topagent.com. You won't find us next week on the radio anymore. But this week we're being simulcast on 3 stations and the internet, so you can watch the show too. All right, Adrian, we were talking about in the Newspress article today, we were giving advice on agents and how buyers need to, and sellers, they need to listen to what's going on in the market. And because you're going to waste a lot of time if you don't listen to your agent. So
you bring up a great point, Brett. And there's a reason that people select an agent. It's because hopefully they've trusted, the information that they've been giving them. And if they've trusted them in that, they need to listen to them when it's time to place that offer.
Now, I've had a couple agents, and we put it in the article. They say, maybe I'll get 5 offers on a property, and 4 are over asking price, and 1 is 20% under. So I always ask the agent, how did your buyer come up with this 20% under? Sometimes they'll say, well, that's the way they do it where they came from. Sometimes they'll say, well, they just want to buy it at the best price they can. And of course, when you got cash offers or pre-approved offers above asking price, and one guy who's 20, he's never even going to get the counter. He's not even sniffing that deal. And he wonders why he loses 7, 8, 10 deals. And then sometimes an agent will say to me, but I don't want him working with another agent. I don't want to lose him. So They keep losing deals, and everybody just gets frustrated. Well, you know what? They don't really have a buyer because that buyer's not educated. That agent has got to stand up to the buyer and say, hey, listen, do you really want to buy, or do you want to play these games? Because the games are fun, but you're not going to buy a property this way. Do you really want to buy a property? If they say, yes, I really want to buy, then you kind of take control of the situation and say, okay, if you're serious about buying, here's what it's going to take. Now, maybe they're afraid that the buyer isn't going to listen to them, maybe not going to trust them, but I think buyers do trust when you know what you're talking about and you give that good quality, competent advice. Now, you're on the lending side. You've probably had a lot of buyers that are putting in offers and they're not getting them. This isn't us as agents telling people, hey, there's a lot of multiple offers. There really are a lot of multiple offers.
And you bring up a great point, Brett. And the conversation I have with them is, I said, do you really want this home? If you really want the home, you need to listen to what your agent is telling you that this property is going to go for. And you need to offer that. And if they're telling you it needs to go above list, there's a reason for that. A lot of numbers right now are skewed due to the short sales, the foreclosures, very few resales right now. So you see something that's a short sale and it's listed lower than what it should be, there's a reason for that. And you can't always go by what that list price is. Same with the foreclosures. How many times do you see a foreclosure selling at or above what it's listed at? It's always listed below what that appraisal is that the bank has on file.
And there's big demand. We got a lot of buyers. They realize Florida's on sale. They want these bargains, and they're bidding. We get a lot of cash buyers. So if you're put in a mortgage, sometimes you're at a disadvantage, especially in certain price points. If you're in that $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 range, a lot of those are going to be cash. So you got to really step up. And if you got a foreclosure in the $200,000, $300,000 range, those might not be all cash. But you got to make sure. Adrian, you brought up a very good point. Not all short sales are priced where they should be. Let's say you have a $100,000 property. If the listing agent listed at $70,000, it's too low. The bank isn't going to accept a $70,000 deal anyway. They just won't. They're going to do their own appraisal, and they're going to find out it's a $100,000 property. So don't try to offer $50,000 or $60,000 because $70,000 isn't even going to work. Determine what it's really worth, and then go offer accordingly, and you might be the one that gets that short sale on a foreclosure. Let's say you got a $100,000 property, maybe it's listed at $90,000. Okay, well don't offer $80,000, offer $90,000, offer $92,000, $93,000. It's a bargain at $96,000. But go find out what it's really worth and go get it if it's one you want, because it's still a bargain at $95,000, $96,000.
Well, in some cases, Brett, we found that the people that are really willing to do that are the guy that's lost out 7 or 8 times, and now they're really prepared to pounce on it. But one of the things you mentioned is that very often the cash buyer will still succeed. So when you're ready to buy one of these properties, you want to be the first one in there, and you want to be the first one in there at the price you suggested, like at the where you believe that value to be or slightly above that, because your determination of the value, all of us as buyers get a little bit greedy too, and we think that because this is a good deal, we'd still like it to be just a little bit better deal. But it's in trying to get that better deal when it's already an outstanding value that we lose out.
We call that stealing.
Yeah.
When you're stealing a property, you don't steal in slow motion.
You've always said that, Brett, and I think that's a great comment.
Go,
yeah.
If it's a steal, go get it.
Go get it now.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've never stolen anything, but
No.
if I was a looter and I was going into that TV, I mean, I'd steal it fast. Don't sit around and talk to people and kind of doubt yourself and have that buyer's remorse. Do your diligence and go buy it and do it quickly.
But even do that due diligence quickly. That's
We tell
gotta go
people
fast. Yeah.
on these foreclosures, get pre-approved. We have them call Adrian at 677-7250. Get pre-approved first before you find the property. If you wait, you've only got maybe hours till something's accepted.
Yeah, I never
Minutes
understand when I
sometimes.
get called and they say, I need a pre-approval and I need it right now. Well, how long have you been looking at homes and why haven't you thought about this before?
Yeah.
Or the agent that takes them around and shows them 50 properties and then calls me up on a Sunday afternoon at 6 o'clock and says, I need it right now.
We don't care if you're out to dinner. We need it now. Yeah. You get calls like that from all of us, right?
All the time. No, I never get them from you like that.
Oh, yeah?
Well, no, you train that you
It's
there's-
conditioning people. It's training your
conditioning
people
right up
how
front.
it works.
You don't want to sit someone in the car before you know that they're pre-approved and they're qualified to purchase something. It's
don't
a
wanna show 'em-
bad waste of time.
You're wasting this all 50 sellers' time, your buyer's time, and your time. First of all, you shouldn't be showing them 50 homes. If you're doing a really good job of listing what they need, you should be identifying it and zeroing in, because in the time it takes you to show 50 homes, 8 of them are going to be gone.
This is true.
And it's probably the best 8. So I'd rather sit and listen to what the people really want, zero in, go find it, and then go get it for them, as opposed to showing more and more and more homes, and the first choice, second, third, fourth, fifth choice is all down the tubes and gone. Tell you what, you're listening and watching The Future of Real Estate presented by the Ellis team at RE/MAX. Stay tuned. We'll be back with some featured listings.